Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock, or almost 10 o'clock on April 14th, 2023. Another record breaker across the area today. Record breaking heat. We got the air quality alert in effect. We're going to talk about air quality because I did a number of tests on air quality today. So, first, let's go and look at the latest with the record highs today. As you can see, climate sites, they all broke the record here. All of our climate sites broke the record. Newark got up to 93. Central Park got up to 91. LaGuardia got up to 89. Bridgeport got up to 87. Islip got up to 84. And JFK got up to 82. So, yeah, that's pretty incredible right there. Make that larger just in case you can't see that. But there you go. Very, very a warm day today across the area. Really incredible to see that kind of warmth. Just really just incredible here. And again, you see it here on the screen. So Newark the hottest, obviously 93. Not surprising here. All of our climate sites broke records. All right, I don't need to look at that. So there you go. All the climate sites broke records today. Obviously, the hottest spot being New Jersey, as always. And it's still 78 right now in Central Park. I guess that's a little better than what I'm dealing with in the alley, but not by much. So let's take a look at what we got going on across the area. And we'll start with the country as well, because it'll be a full weather update, because we've had a lot of weather going on lately. Unusual weather, particularly in Florida, and it looks like we have some severe weather on the map as well. So right now, 64 at Farmingdale, 63 at Islip. You can still see it's pretty warm in Jersey, still around 70. And around the city, look at that, 79 still at LaGuardia. So, yeah, really holding on to the heat in the city. It's really hot there. So let's go and look at Islip. That's on Shirley, 61. Look at West Hampton, 55. So you're getting a nice sea breeze, particularly right on the South Shore and out east. But it's definitely better tonight than it was last night here in the middle of the island. So 63 at Islip, and we'll take a look at what the day was like at Islip. And you'll see we had stronger sea breezes today. That helped keep temperatures cooler. Though we still got into the record books. Even though we had southerly winds today, still managed to make the record books at Islip. Just shows you how potent this warm air is across the area. Really incredible to see. And, of course, if you were in New Jersey, Lakehurst is still 70 degrees. Notice the humidity coming up a little bit. Dew points now in the mid-50s. They got into, it looks like they hit 90 degrees today over there. No sea breeze at all whatsoever. So let's put highs on the map. And you'll see here, mid-80s for much of Long Island. Looks like an 89 on the North Shore there. South Shore, generally in the low 80s, then dropping later on in the day. 82 at, I'm surprised that's all they had there at Kings Point. Must have been right on the water. 90 at LaGuardia. We know it was 91 in Central Park here, 90 at Central Park, 93 in Newark. So, again, Jersey being really hot. Look at this. So, Toms River got up to 91. Though Newark seemed a little higher than Toms River, because Newark is very urbanized, and I think that's part of it. 92 at Coyle Field. So, yeah, definitely higher there. And sea breeze basically limited right to the Barrier Islands. Not much relief in Jersey. At least Long Island was cooler today. Yeah, but you can see, look at that. Still got up to 89 in Carl Place. So Mineola is still pretty hot here. Really not much cooler than Toms River, I hate to say it. It's just how bad it is here in central Nassau. It's a hot spot. It's not a place you really want to live if you don't like the heat, Further out in Suffolk, it's a little cooler. And, of course, the South Shore enjoying that breeze and better air quality, too, as well. So we're going to get into all that here. Let's talk about the air quality, all right? So let me show you some images here I took with my instrument. So these two readings here, the one on the left is from Mineola at approximately 4 o'clock at the train station. And you'll notice carbon dioxide is elevated. We have, I know you can't see, volatile organic compounds is in the okay range. And we seem to have a lot of formaldehyde in the air, 0.133, poor air quality there. And you'll notice the temperature is 81 degrees. Now, the reading to the right is in Belmore, approximately an hour later at 5 o'clock. And you'll see carbon dioxide, 0.385. That's the standard background carbon dioxide. Everything's good here. So good air quality. And you notice the temperature is 74 degrees. So again, much better air quality on the South Shore, whereas this area, Mineola, is like the inner city basically. And I have some more readings to back that up. Let's show you tonight. All right, this is right in front of where I live. You'll see it's reading 69 degrees. Okay carbon dioxide. Volatile organ, that seems like it's a little better, but still, these numbers aren't great. Let's compare it now to Rockville Center. And this is Rockville Center here. A few degrees cooler, and you'll notice much lower in the pollution levels here. So much better air quality. Not only is it, your quality of life better, but the air here the air and the South Shore is better. The air in the middle of the island is very bad. Now, I haven't tested the air in New Jersey. I imagine the air quality isn't bad there either. It's just because, it's very urbanized here in the middle of the island, and it's just like a concrete jungle. We just hold on to the heat, So that brings us to the Wonder Map. So let's go to Wonder Map now and take a look at what kind of conditions we have outside right now, and you'll see we've got mid-60s generally in the middle of the island. The South Shore has got low 60s. Right on the beach, you got mid-50s, so definitely cooler on the South Shore. The middle of the island's pretty hot. And the Great Neck is still around 70. It's horrible over there. Mid-60s. And this is way above normal. I mean, way above normal even for the high. These would be, I guess, close to normal for the high temperatures, but it's now at 10 o'clock at night, So you'll see here, again, we got sea breezes. Suffolk County generally in the mid-60s. And let's see how it's, obviously the city, mid to upper 70s there. And let's see how it is in New Jersey. Even not really cooling off much there either at night. So again, without that sea breeze, it's pretty hot. But I still think because it's relatively undeveloped over there, I don't think the air quality, it's hot, but I don't think you have bad air quality. Here we have the combination of heat and bad air quality, which makes it the worst. But ideally, you want to be on the South Shore. So I'll show you what it is in my alley right now. My alley is definitely up there. It's 72 degrees. It's hot there, so we're going to play this.
Oh, I hate this place!
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to do it this way. That's enough. That's enough. We're only going to play it once. There you go, 72 in the alley. So it's not that high above the actual air temperature outside. But anyway, let's go to the weather. Back to the Wonderground here. We'll look at some sites. Let's first start with my area here. So pick this station here, which is 65. Yeah, it's 70. It's warmer in the alley than the alley holds on to the heat, really does. So 64.9 and I got 11 time plate. So yeah, it still managed to hit 90 here in Mineola today, and you can see it was around the 90-degree mark. It didn't start really cooling off until 3 o'clock when that sea breeze came in. So let's now move south. Let's move to one of my favorite places, and probably a place that I might actually give my right toe to live in is Rockville Center. So let's take a look at that. I don't know if you need a right toe. Do you need a right toe? I mean, my pinky toe. That's what I meant to say. Do you need a pinky toe? I've lost my mind. It got up to 87.2 there. Well, living here, you would lose your mind. You'll see the sea breeze came in. That high was right around noon, and then the afternoon. They were enjoying temperatures generally in the upper 70s while we were still struggling with upper 80s. So about 10 degrees hotter here. Let's move further east to Wantagh. It was probably even cooler. Seaford. Yeah, 60 right now, and it got up to 84 there. And again, look at that. It was an early high, and then it dropped down. Look at how much it dropped down by the afternoon. They were enjoying low 70s by 3 o'clock. So, yeah, really nice on the South Shore. And at the beach, I'm sure it was even better. If you were right on the beach here at Seaview, you probably didn't make it out of the 60s, probably. 53 right there. Still actually, I'm surprised. I think there's something wrong with their thermometer here. I think it mainly stayed in the 60s. I think there's something wrong with the thermometer there. That's something I can't explain. So let's pick another station here. That's right on the water. Blue Point. There's 58 right now. And we'll see what they got up to today. So, yeah, only 63. So, yeah, right on the South Shore. You didn't make it out of the 60s. But if you go a little bit inland, to North Patchogue here. Probably still, it got them to the 80s, but still better than here. 81, that's not too bad. 81.9, almost 82. And that was an early high because then it dropped off. Once you got toward 3 o'clock, they were mainly in the 70s over there, so not quite as bad as it is here in, the hot box at this central Nassau County. Let's see how the Pine Barrens did. All right. This is Ridge. Let's see how Ridge did. I'm sure it probably made it to the mid-80s there. Let's see what it got up to. Yeah, 87.4. Yeah, that's about right. It heated up pretty big. So in Suffolk County, you see it really didn't cool off all that much. They were low 80s. So even further east, the sea breeze, you got to be within a mile or two of the water. Otherwise, you got to be on the South Shore. It's the bottom line. If you're in the middle of the island of the North Shore, you're gonna bake. So now let's go look at what it was like in Toms River. Let's go to Holiday City, Berkeley. We're at 66 right now. Still cooler there than the alley. 93. Yep. That's pretty hot. That's in line with Newark, so that's brutal. So that's what you're going to deal with if you're in Jersey, and even if you're right on the water. Let's go to Beechwood here. Let's see, they got up to 91.4, so and they were up there most of the day with no sea breeze. So that's what you get when you're in New Jersey. It's hot as hell there, for sure. South Shore is the place to be if you don't like the heat. So there we go. We looked at all the observations. Now let's go to the Weather Prediction Center, and not all of them, but most of them. And you'll see here that we have this unusual low pressure system, and it is a very unusual low pressure system. Actually, it almost looked like it had tropical characteristics a couple of days ago, and I wanted to bring it up, but I had forgotten to bring it up. So let me see if we can go up into the MODIS view and see if we can look at this, because this is going to be affecting our weather. So yeah, here we go. Perfect. This almost looks tropical in nature, doesn't it? It almost does. It's not, but it almost looks tropical in nature. It formed over the south. You can see it there. This low pressure, and this is the low that brought historic flooding to Florida, particularly the Fort Lauderdale area. So here we go, 2023 Fort Lauderdale floods. So this was April 12th. This happened a couple of days ago. A historic flash flood event occurred in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and surrounding areas. The Fort Lauderdale area reported 25.6 inches of rain within 12 hours. That is incredible. All right. 21.42 inches of rain fell in nearby Deanna Beach and other affected areas, such as Hollywood and South Miami, recorded at least 9 inches. So state of emergency due to flooding. This is like a tropical system. That's what I almost think is like a tropical depression type of event. I don't know why the NHC did not want to call it that, but that's really what it is. And here we are in only April, so you can imagine the kind and the airport was put underwater. I mean, we can look at some of the images of what it looked like here. You could see roads flooded. The airport was underwater. I know that. There was a picture of that. Yeah, here you go. In the right. I don't know if you can see that. The airport was underwater. There's another picture of the airport. Yeah, absolutely incredible. It happened a couple of days ago, and I know I should have talked about it, but there's only so much I could do, and it's just one climate disaster after another on this rapidly warming planet. It's pretty scary to think about, for sure. So this is the system that we have that's making its way up toward us for this weekend. But we're not going to see that much rain out of it. You can already see the rain is pretty scattered. The issue with the rain is just you have the same rain just falling and training over Florida over and over and over again. So if we go and we look, let's go back to Venture Sky. I'm going to see if I can rewind the radar to the 12th and just show you what happened in Florida here. Because this is what was going on. So this is the radar from the 12th. I don't know if it's going to... Let's see. You could see some of these heavy cells that just kept training over the same area over and over. And there was some very deep tropical moisture in this area. And it just brought an incredible amount of rain to this area. Absolutely incredible amount of rain. If we go to the Wonder Map, which, let's just go over there. And I have a friend that lives in that area, too. Luckily, his place didn't get flooded. But let's just go down there for a moment. I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna let me do that. It's not gonna let me do it. I have to actually go back to that weather and hazards data view. It's the only way it's gonna work. I just wanted to show you how much rain fell in that area because it was pretty incredible. That's if we can get it to work again. All right, so this is Florida right here. And actually, I shouldn't have closed this because we do have, looks like a severe thunderstorm watch and some severe thunderstorm warnings going on in Kansas, as well as red flag warnings in West Texas. We still got the air quality alert in effect for New York. You could see numerous, looks like some flood warnings because of ice melt up in the north. So this is the area that it hit, and we're going to actually go to observations, and we're going to put precipitation here, and let's see if I can do 72-hour precipitation. Maybe it'll show up. We'll see if it will show up. If not, I'm not going to be able to bring you the numbers. All right, yeah, I can bring you some of the numbers here. So this may not show the whole event. Yeah, it does. So this is the kind of example. It's 1708. These are incredible rainfall amounts here, and we pull in even more, you'll get even more. Just incredible. So they got tons and tons of rain. Look at this, 20.99, 17.08. Fort Lauderdale was ground zero for this incredible flooding event that happened. And I had to talk about it because this was really just another one of those things that's happening more and more due to climate change. And we're going to see more and more of this as time goes on. So let's close this. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center now, and you'll see that slight risk over there in Kansas. We look at the convective outlook for tomorrow. We see that expand now into an enhanced risk into Louisiana, into Arkansas, and northward. So this is what we have to worry about for tomorrow with severe weather. Day 3, we have that slight risk there in, looks like Atlanta with a marginal risk. So tomorrow looks like it could be a pretty active day with severe weather. And again, we have some tornado warnings out. I have severe thunderstorm warnings out. It's for this line right here that's in Kansas, going into Iowa. That's the line that is being got all the warnings. And as this moves east, that more moist air, it's going to get enhanced, obviously, as we deal with yet another outbreak of severe weather tomorrow. So let's go to the models now, explaining everything for you. So there's that ridge. It's moving offshore. This is the remnants of that system. You'll notice it kind of just dries up. There's some rain, but it's not going to be a whole lot. The GFS, we'll have to look a little closer and see how much rain we'll get out of it tomorrow. There'll be scattered showers, but it really won't be the rain we need, which we've been really low in rainfall now for a while. Sunday's dry, and then we have another chance of rain. It looks like early Monday with the front coming through, and then another high builds in for fair weather next week. All right, that's as far as I'm willing to go here. I'm not really going to get into the long range with this weather update, but we have to talk about all these different things going on. So let's go to the HRRR now, 0Z, HRRR, and you'll see these showers move in, and you can see some of them could be pretty heavy. It could even be a thunderstorm there. Probably not severe, but it could be a thunderstorm, and wherever this rain develops, it could be heavy with these thunderstorms. It's going to be scattered, but it could be heavy when it does fall. And you'll have to see. It all depends where these things. They could pop up anywhere. All right. It's very scattered in nature, though. So if we look at the total accumulated rainfall here, you'll see. Depending on where they hit, if they hit in the right spot, you could get an inch of rain, maybe even 2. But where they don't hit, you're not going to get much of anything. And right now, it seems that has most of the activity over New Jersey and not over Long Island. That seems to be what's going on, and at least on this particular model. So let's look at the dew points and wind flow and see if that can explain some of it. So you'll see dew points rising tonight, but you'll see the most humid air seems to be over New Jersey, and that's where the instability is going to be. So that could be where and you can see these dew points are going to get pretty high, mid-60s. It's going to feel a little humid tomorrow, but cooler. That southeast wind keeping Long Island cool. However, here's Sunday. And you see the similar setup here. Sunday, again, the humid air seems to be pooling more over New Jersey. So when we look at the temperatures, yeah, look at this tomorrow. It's still going to get kind of warm in New Jersey. It still could get near 80 degrees. Long Island is now trending warmer tomorrow, with temperatures still possibly getting close to up to 70 degrees, 65 to 70, with the sea breeze obviously developing later in the day. So that indicates that there could be some sun through the clouds. Temperatures aren't going to drop back much tonight, by the way. And then here you go for Sunday. Look at this, and even again, you can see there's a backdoor cold front that's keeping Long Island cool, and it's off to the west. So wherever that backdoor front is sitting could be a focal point for thunderstorms. But unfortunately for Long Island, that means no more. We're still not going to see that much rain. So things are very, very dry here. I'm going to go over the climate report with you for Islip right now, just to make that point. Observe weather, Islip. So our high of 84 was a record. That's 26 degrees above normal. And the low was 53. Normal is 41. That's 12 degrees above normal, so we're 20 degrees above normal for the day. Month-to-date rainfall, only 0.59 inches. Normally, we're supposed to be close to 2 inches at Islip. Right? That's just an idea. Then we can go look at Central Park's reading. 90, also a record there. 30 degrees above normal, so almost nearly 30 degrees above normal for the day, because their low is only 70, which is incredible for April. Only 0.38 inches of rain. Normal, again, 1.89. That's what they're supposed to see. And then we go to Newark, and Newark was 93. I mean, 31 degrees above normal. Unbelievable. Same deal in Newark as well. Below normal on the precipitation. And yeah, these are all the sites I have in this. I'd have to switch to the Philadelphia service. I'm kind of curious about Atlantic City and how much rainfall they've gotten over there. Let's see if we can get that, because like I said, we're in a kind of a dry period here. I know they changed things here. We gotta go to this. All right. So let's go look at Atlantic City. Daily climate report for Atlantic City International Airport. I'm just curious if they're as below normal with their no record there. They're below normal, not quite as bad. We have Trenton as well. No record there set, I guess. And they're pretty dry too. So everybody's dealing with some really below normal rainfall amounts. This is the satellite, by the way. You can see the cirrus clouds we had throughout the day, and I'll just show you what the sunset looked like, sort of, and in Wantaw here. This is a nice, interesting-looking sky there for sunset there. Very summer-looking sky. So anyway, let's get to the... all right, so it gives you an idea on the HRRR. So let's get to the some of the other models to look at here for the weekend. We'll go to the NAM next. All right, we have the 0Z, but not enough of that, the 0Z NAM, and so we have to go use the 18Z. Let's see what the NAM is doing for rainfall on Saturday, and you can see it's just very limited. The heavier stuff just seems to be over Jersey, so we're not going to see that much at all. Maybe just some annoying drizzle, and that's all we're gonna see. I mean, it's very little rain. So let's take a look at the total accumulated precip. Barely anything. Let me go to the NAM 12. Still don't have enough of that, and I'll have to use the 18Z. Let's see if the NAM 12 is any better. NAM 12, it looks like it actually brings some more rain on Monday, perhaps, with that front. We can hope for that. I mean, it's just been really, really dry. So let's go to the RGM now. Skies. Obviously, we're going to have clouds around, I think. Let's see for tomorrow. Yet there will be some breaks of sun. I have a feeling these are going to be mainly, we'll have to see what kind of level these clouds are at here. I can use a couple models for that, but you can see plenty of clouds around. And Sunday also, plenty of clouds. So it looks like it's trying to break some sun through or break some clear sky up later in the day. Sunday will be your better day because it will be drier. And then here's Monday, and then that front sweeps on through, and it clears on out after that. But let's go to use some other tools that we have. Let's go to Ventu Sky here, and all right, yeah, we were looking at Florida there for a moment. Let me get this back into our area. All right, so Ventu Sky, by the way, you can visualize what happened again today. You can see cooler weather on the South Shore. But anyway, let's move this over to tomorrow, and we're going to look at thunderstorms and cape levels. I said thunderstorms. Yeah, look at all the cape over New Jersey. So, yeah, there's a lot of cape over New Jersey. So there could be some pretty strong thunderstorms over New Jersey. I know it's severe, but definitely some strong thunderstorms could bring some heavy rain. Again, that's what the system has been known for, is heavy rain, which we could use on Long Island, but it looks like, again, all of it is over New Jersey, all the Cape, it seems. So let's go to the lifted index. Again, it's all over Jersey. So Jersey is going to get in on some of the severe weather, some strong thunderstorms tomorrow, and some heavy rain in Jersey is likely, but I don't see it very likely for Long Island, and that's because of the stable marine air. So if you look at our temperatures, you'll see it's warmer in Jersey versus Long Island. You see that difference, all right? And that's what I think is going to fuel that difference there, and just cause the convergence over Jersey, and that's where the precipitation is going to develop, not over Long Island, where it's really, I mean, it's needed all over the area. But like I said, some people are going to get rain tomorrow, some people aren't. And I think the best chances for that heavy rain and thunderstorm activity is going to be over New Jersey and not over Long Island. That's what it's looking right now. And then as we go into Sunday, it'll be cooler. You'll see temperatures only in the 50s. That is a backdoor cold front that's come through. But there really won't be that much in the way of rain. Cloud cover. We'll probably have that cloud covered. Again, we could look at the type of clouds. Hopefully, it may even be some fog, too, and some drizzle, perhaps. I hope not, because you know how much I hate drizzle. But we go into tomorrow. You also see some fog as well, because it's going to be more humid, and that humid air is going to be... All right, let's see. Look at the clouds now. High clouds. Not showing much in the way of high clouds tomorrow. Mid clouds. Showing some mid clouds. It's mostly of the low cloud variety, so that's what we'll be having. Not much in the way of high clouds. And then for Sunday, only a similar deal probably. Yeah, it's showing high clouds off to the south, but not over Long Island. It's mainly mid. It's mainly low. It's mainly the low clouds that we're going to have to watch out for. So, none of these low clouds here. We can don't think this gives us a visibility forecast, unfortunately. So. But anyway, humidity will be high, so that's what I'm saying. Could be fog and drizzle perhaps on Sunday. Not really a great weekend, but this is what happens sometimes. And unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with this damp weather, but not much rain out of it, which really sucks because that's what we really need. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap up the weather update tonight. Have a good night. Feels like I'm forgetting something, and I might realize it after I'm done, but it's going to be it. Then no weather update. Take off tomorrow, and then I'll be back on Sunday. So have a good night, and thanks for watching.